Captain Spencer was not born a monster, but he certainly died a monster at the hands of a young Dexter Morgan. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. We are back with the Dexter Original Sin season finale. Will it be the series finale? There's a potential for a season 2. I think this finale left the door open for a season 2. However, at the same time, we know that Resurrection is coming out later this year. I think Original Sin was supposed to be just a 10-episode special. So, look, it's been a good season. It's been a good series. Maybe they're content with the work they've done here. But I do think the season finale did leave it open for a second season, and I would be interested in a second season, because I actually thought this was surprisingly pretty good.
No, they left it very open. If you look at forensics, right, I mean, obviously Batista and Masuka, they're established, but if you look at, obviously, Sarah, what's her name, Sarah Wayne Gellar, obviously playing Tanya, I think, considering we don't really know what happens with her, left extremely open.
Well, I mean, she's just a character, isn't she? I mean, I don't... Same with Bobby. I think, for me, the big thing is Harry. And the fact that Harry never really had a final confrontation with Brian. I think that to me is...
well, I kind of think he did get a final I think that was it.
Nah, but you had people saying that they thought like Brian could actually have been the one that killed Harry. Or, I know that's not the way it's been told in the original show, but here, you could... It could have been some sort of weird thing where Brian says to Harry, "You kill yourself, or I'm going to come back into Dexter's life." They could have done anything. They could have had him poisoned.
No, I thought Harry was going to, suffer some sort of medical emergency due to Brian and the stress.
You don't know. So look, there is potential that I thought we were expecting in the season finale for either Brian to do something that could lead to the death of Harry, or for Harry to do something that could lead to Brian getting locked away for a lot of time, which would then obviously fill the gap between now and 15 years later, where Brian finds Dexter in the original show. Because it just, at this point, it doesn't seem right that Brian would just disappear for 15 years when he knows where Dexter is.
I guess it's more...
No, would you see that point?
I see your point, but maybe it's by more the point that Brian thinks Dexter's normal at this point, when by season 1 of Dexter, he's more aware that he's actually more like him, and that's why he makes the move. Could it be that?
Yeah, but he must have studied him in that period of time.
No, he must have studied him.
To go, "Oh, you're a killer as well."
No, he must have studied him, but he still technically stayed away.
I just find it... Yeah, but why... Well, did he stay away if he was keeping an eye on him and keeping tabs on him?
Maybe it hit like 2004 or something when I'm going to keep an eye on this guy.
It just doesn't really make sense to me that even after Harry's death, that Brian or Rudy, the ice truck killer, call him what you want, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me that he would stay away. Although, for all those years, 15 years, after pretty much, we see in the original Sin where he's trying to get close to Dexter and pretty much spying on him. So I thought we were going to get something where maybe Harry planted evidence on him and Harry got him locked up.
I guess we did see at the end of the episode, he looked through and he saw Dexter happy with Deborah and Harry, and he probably went, "Well, you know what? His happiness triumphs me trying to get close to him again and messing things up, so he'll call it quits for now."
He wasn't that happy. He tried to kill Deborah season 1, so yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. I thought it was a good finale. Captain Spencer finally meeting his end. I thought Captain Spencer was a good character, but I wasn't blown away in terms of a villain. We didn't really get the reveal to later on. And, I mean, I don't know, as a seasoned villain, do you not think you need longer in the villain role?
Yeah, but we've talked about this 100 times. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense, the fact you've got another guy connected / in the department being bad.
Yeah, this department's cursed.
Yeah, I really thought Dexter was going to kill him. He'd tell Harry, and that would be it. But everyone knows. It's out in the open. Batista and obviously Harry talk about later on, but... I mean, and also you've got another decision here with Dexter. Does he kill him? Does he go after him? Or does he save the kid?
Yeah, so Dexter follows...
I guess that's quite similar to him and Trinity.
Yeah, Dexter follows Spencer. He finds out where he's keeping his kid. Or, I guess the kid's not his kid, and that's infuriated him.
I said that about 7 episodes ago. I said, what if it's not his kid? They've made a big point of this divorce affair that's been going on for years. So what if it's not his kid? And I was fucking bang on the money.
Do we know why he done it though in the first place? Like, why was he killing all the other kids?
Yeah, that's not really explained, is it?
Like,
what would make more sense is he wasn't the one that killed the other kids, but
he got the idea or something?
Yeah, he made it look like it. It was connected. But then it was all similar, wasn't it? It was too similar. Why would he kill the other kid?
I mean, unless he done that to try and draw attention away from his kid, so it wasn't like an individual case.
Yeah.
And it looked more like, oh, his kid was just the victim of a series of... But yeah, look, I thought Aaron Spencer, Captain Spencer, he was a decent character, a good character even, but I just don't think we really got the motive. Oh, yeah, his wife, cheated on him and whatnot, and went with somebody younger, and then we find out the kid's not even his. And
also,
I mean, listen, that absolutely sucks, of course, and you can sympathise with him. And even Dexter says to Harry that he wasn't always a bad guy. He was created to be a monster. He turned into a monster, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, my wife cheated on me, so I'm going to go and kill some kids.
Yeah, and when he's saying to Dexter, here, I'm Miami Metro, I'm the captain, I'm not a bad guy like you. It's like, well, hold on, mate, you've killed kids and you're cutting your own son's fingers off. It might not be your son, but it's still a guy you thought was your son, etc., etc. It's like, how can he really say Dexter's a bad guy? Here, he doesn't even know Dexter's killed anyone. He just knows he's took him.
Yeah, but I think at that point when Dexter's cutting his fucking limbs off and he's fucking bubble wrapped on a table like or shrink wrapped or whatever, you can probably it's not like you can probably tell that's not Dexter's first time.
True, but again, I don't think you can take the moral high ground. But here, Dexter makes the choice. He does save Nicky instead of going after Spencer. But as we hear, with Michael C. Hall's talking over, the monologue. At the end of the day, he knew he would end up going after the wife and the stepdad, even though he's actually probably the real father, and that's where he catches him later on. Yeah,
so we see Spencer go to the house. He's trying to... What's his wife called? Nicky? Or was the kid called Nicky?
The kid was called Nicky. I can't remember what the wife
was
called.
So he fucking... I think he knocks out the new toy boy or whatever, the stepdad, and he's bashing the door. He's trying to get to his ex-wife. He's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. He admits that he was the one that took the kid. I believe he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's like, it was me. But see to this point, the only two people that knew it was him was his son and Dexter. He didn't need to fucking admit to this. See behind it.
Yeah, but he's planning on killing her, isn't he? So it's like, fucking, like...
No, I know, I totally get that, but it's like, it almost just felt, not forced in a way, but I guess, if he doesn't reveal this to her, he thinks his son's dead. He believed that he killed him. He believed that Dexter didn't save him in time. But, I mean, he's gone.
Did he think that Dexter was maybe dead as well, or do you think he just planned on leaving? Do you think he planned on escaping? Or do you think he planned on just going back? But he knows that he cannot keep being the captain if Dexter's alive. Obviously he knows that either he needs to go or he needs to get rid of Dexter or something like that. So I don't know what the plan was here. But Dexter then hits him with the syringe, injects him. He later wakes up on the boat. He's in the shrink wrap and he's calling Dexter a sicko and all this shit. And it's like, it's like the pot calling the kettle black here. They have a bit of a conversation and Dexter's like, I get it. It's shite that he's not your kid, but you can't really go around killing all the kids. And Spencer seems to think he's better than Dexter. He seems to think he's a stand-up guy, and that Dexter is like, this fucked up killer. And then he basically just tells him to, get on with it, get over it, get it done with. So Dexter obliges and just slices the throat of Spencer, and then Spencer ends up in the water in little pieces. I mean, I like Spence. I do feel like it was a little bit anticlimactic.
It was, and also the fact that Dexter tied him up on the back of the boat for all to see. It's like, come on, what are we doing here?
See if I had to have one fault with Dexter, it's like if you look at the first 4 seasons and then you look at this original sin. I mean, the deaths are all very similar in terms of he will sneak up behind you, he will inject you, you'll fall asleep and you'll wake up shrink wrapped. No, I get it. That's his go. That's his method.
That's his ritual.
But it's like you don't. Yeah, you might have minor deaths where you might get in a struggle with somebody and they might fall or something and die or whatnot or get pushed into something. But I mean, for the main part, it's like all the main. You just think could they maybe mix up a little bit?
Yeah, and when they did mix up, it was Dokes, and it was like, well, Dexter couldn't kill him because it wouldn't have been right, and oh, how convenient someone else does it. You're right, I would like, well, I guess George King, he fucked him off a balcony and he got run over.
Yeah, but he wasn't the main villain, was he?
He was shite.
For me, the main villain
No,
was...
I agree. I would maybe like, you know, for example, I mean, I like the way when he kills Miguel and he kills Brian and he kills Trinity. It's like, it's done. They get that final talk, the final like fight.
Personal,
it's good. You know that's better, right, than just like walking up and shooting him in the back of the head. I get that, but I feel like sometimes that's what you need to do. It can't always just be the same ritual.
Yeah, some guy laying shrink wrapped. Anyway, that wraps up Spencer. Sophia and Deborah are friends again, so they make up. Sophia felt like, again, I think they dropped the ball with the whole Sophia character. Look, I get it. She was never really there to be a major part. Simply there just to be a friend for Deb, someone Deb could maybe, fent with and maybe give off a little bit to and have a mini, feud with after they fell out. And she was there to serve as like Dexter's, first, real experience with a woman and his girlfriend. But do you not think, after that episode 6, she just completely disappeared and had nothing to do with Dexter after that? And I get it, that's the whole point, and that's why her and Deb fell out. But it just felt like in the last 3 episodes, she did nothing. But then they brought her back here just to make up with Deborah. And for what point? What purpose?
Why was Deborah trying to bury Dexter here? Yeah, I know he's weird. I maybe should have took your side, but hold on. She was accusing Dexter of cheating, so why the fuck would you take her side?
Yeah,
but you don't know hee-haw.
Do you not think Sophia was a half-decent character, and then episode 7 they just went...
No, I totally agree.
With bigger fish to fry,
yeah,
they toss her to the side and then just bring her back at the very end.
Yeah, I get it. Things come full circle, but again, this is left open. We also had Bobby getting out of hospital. Here, see when he got shot a few episodes ago? I thought he was dead. I thought he was gone. I'm absolutely flabbergasted he survived.
Could Brian have killed Sophia?
He could have.
Some sort of jealousy, maybe?
He could have.
Or could Spencer have killed Sophia? To get at Dexter? Could you not have had that relationship continue on? I just think they could have done more with that character.
You could argue that, but that's pretty traumatising for Dexter, and I guess it would take away from other stuff.
Traumatising? The fucking guy doesn't feel nothing.
I know, but you know what I mean. Be traumatising for Deborah then.
Yeah, but she doesn't know. She doesn't know how she died. She could have just been, she went missing.
Well, everyone knows how fucking Spencer's doing, but
you don't think they could have done more with the Sophia character?
They could have, but I'm not going to lie and sit here and pretend that if she was included, that it would have made things better or worse.
No, but my point is, they did include her, for the first 6-7 episodes, and then they just kind of went, you know what?
Yeah, I know, but it's what about Batista? What about Tanya? What about Vince?
Batista, I think, dropped the ball big time here, and the Batista character looked, he might, see in terms of appearance, I think the Batista character may have looked the best out of everybody.
Aye.
See in terms of a young Batista, for me, I think he was it.
We also got Harry this episode basically shoot down LaGuardia's fairy, and she overheard it at the door and she was raging.
Well, she thought may have led to something.
Yeah.
But it didn't lead to anything.
And again, that leaves it open.
Another reason why maybe
what
get
that
season
does
2.
is pretty much just basically puts a nail in the coffin that LaGuardia doesn't like fucking Harry Morgan. He could have put it down a wee bit easier, Harry. I mean, the way he puts it down is almost like he is fucking on the cover-up, which of course he is.
Do you think someone's killed Harry, man? See this whole he killed himself? Captain Matthews could be. That could be. Captain Matthews.
What the fuck is Captain Matthews?
Captain Matthews could be covering
Season 2 with Captain Matthews.
Captain Matthews could be covering for someone.
No, I agree. What else?
I mean, the guy's a bit shady,
Well, let's talk about Brian. We've basically covered everything else. I like the fact
that... the last thing, Deborah decides that she doesn't want to play volleyball anymore, basketball, and she's going to become a cop, which I thought Harry would not have been happy about, but it turns out he's actually, pretty delighted.
probably the biggest smile I've ever seen the guy's face.
First time he's actually cared about Deborah. It's like the first time he showed any sort of.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's great. But yeah, I mean that ended the episode with him dancing and Brian watching on. Maybe that's maybe where he got the idea to kidnap Deborah 15 years later. Who knows?
Right, so Harry is with Bobby. Bobby's showing signs of coming back to life. Harry says, "Don't worry, Bobby's wife. I'm going to stay here the entire night." 2 seconds later, pager, dismembered body. He has to go. So Deborah gets to sit with Uncle Bobby, and Harry goes to the crime scene. And I think that it just gives him flashbacks of walking in on Laura Moser. We get some more flashbacks with Brian, and we see that after he was not adopted by Harry and Doris, that he got moved around to different foster homes, and he was not treated nicely. He was treated poorly, bullied a little bit. He never really fit in anywhere until they decided that his permanent home would be basically a mental hospital. And that happened to be all the victims that Brian Moser took out. He took out his doctor. He took out the son of the foster family that took him in and bullied him.
He took out 2 sons. He took out the doctor and he took out the guy at the ward.
Yeah, so
his medicine.
That is the serial killer list. That's the list of victims that Dexter thought led to a serial killing list, and LaGuerta also was kind of believing in on that, and Harry, like you said, shot that down because he did not want to draw attention to that. He wanted to he did not want people to, close in on Brian and point fingers towards him. So, I mean, could you argue this? He was could you argue he was definitely trying to get Brian Moser off the hook? Is this Harry's way of going, here, I've tried to save you, now leave Dexter alone? Or is it more of a selfish thing where he just doesn't want to try and draw attention to Brian?
I mean, it could be that.
Because he was trying to he's trying to cover up that they had nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
He's obviously doing that because it's Brian that's killed them all.
Yeah, no, that is why he's doing it, and obviously, more eyes on Brian, more eyes on Harry, more eyes on Dexter, but...
He's dirty, Harry, alright?
He is dirty, and you know what? I think Brian's fucked. There's no 2 ways about it. There's no way he could have put...
Yeah, but I tell you what, man, he called out Harry and he says, you fucked... Not only did you fuck my mum, you fucked her over, you got her killed, you used her, you sent her in to be your informant, she basically got dismembered, chainsawed, and then you stole Dexter from me and left me to the side. You can see why Brian is a little bit pissed with Harry.
No, you can, but at the same time, you can see why Harry is a little bit pissed with Brian. But Harry should have went, well, hold on, Brian. I took you in. I tried to look after you, and I'm sorry, but your mother. But you literally tried to kill Deborah, who is now basically Dexter's sister, and he loves her. You put a fucking pillow over her head when she was like 6 months old. You had a chance to be a part of my family, and I'm sorry your mother died, but that's just the fucking way of it, son. No, let's not pretend that Brian... Yo, see when that shipping container got opened, man, and Harry just fucking sprinted in like Usain Bolt and fucked off like Jesse Owens?
Yeah, but even then, it looked like he was prioritising Dexter.
You know it did. But know what this boils down to? The care system. Is Dexter no coming with? No, Dexter's no coming with you. Fuck off, Brian.
Yeah, is that wrong?
I think it's fucking wrong.
Despite them being young, should they have kept them together?
Yo, it's worth.
Or do you think they think, look, it's worth separating them if one of the kids can have a normal life?
I get that, right? Why should Dexter get fucked because Brian's mentally challenged? Well, mentally fucked. Right, I get that. But see, at the same time...
challenge, buddy.
But see, at the same time, it's like... It's no right. It's not like it was... Right, Dexter's going to stay here, but you can keep in contact. It was all cut. It was all... I mean, literally, that was it. Dexter never seen him again until season 1. And obviously, it wasn't something that was facilitated by the state. It was literally just like, you've never seen him again. I don't think it's right.
Is Brian suffering from the same kind of transformation that Dexter claims Spencer did? He says that Spencer wasn't born a monster; he was created. Could you argue that Brian was created because of the trauma and the stuff that happened to him? And technically, at this point, he's only killing the people that wronged him.
No, it probably is. That
But then
could be-
Dexter seems to think he was born that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's half a dozen of one, six of the other. You know what I mean? It's.
Anyway, Brian knocks out. He knocks out Harry.
I
Could have
think,
killed Harry here.
I think this is probably easily one of the best scenes of this prequel. Seeing Brian and Harry finally have a conversation at this age was good.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just the way that Brian just leaves after knocking him out. That to me tells me season 2. I think if there was no season 2, they'd have tried to do some. I think we'd have got a bigger payoff.
True, but it leaves it open.
And
we know Brian's not going to drop kick him off the
Yeah,
car
but I
park.
think we would have at least got an attempt to kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's killed everyone that's wronged him, and he certainly thinks Harry wronged him and his mother.
Yeah, but he knows Dexter loves Harry, and Harry loves Dexter. So.
Well, I mean,
Well, I put it this way, I think if Harry didn't put himself over, basically says here, without me, Dexter's fucked, I think Brian might have killed him here.
But he knows in season 1 that Deborah loves Dexter? Or do you think he's just more fucked at that point?
Probably was more gone.
Possibly. Right, anything else to cover, or are we done?
So it's pretty much done, folks. The
yeah.
episode ends with a bit of a cringy
Oh,
dance.
well, Dexter gets appointed full-time position.
Full time, he does the wee spinny seat thing.
He's now the third best in the department, according to Masuka, so... Yeah, no,
what they could maybe do is... that season 2 is in like 97 or something?
Time skip?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't know if it's specified when Harry died, but I think what I would love to see is Dokes.
Dokes.
I'd love to see Dokes introduced. I mean, who else could we see get reintroduced to the show? I'm trying to think. I mean, you've got countless ideas.
I think Original Sin only works because it shows you a young Dexter starting off. I think if we get a time skip, then
we get into Michael C. Hall with a wig.
No, but you know what I mean. It makes a wee bit less sense to me if we're getting like 5 years later, and you've got Dexter, who's an experienced killer, but he's not played by Michael C. Hall. I think the only reason it worked having Michael C. Hall not play Dexter is because it was showing you Dexter from a young age, starting off.
Yeah.
You know what? This was a good series. Maybe they're better just leaving it Maybe they're better leaving it at this and going in the direction of Resurrection. The only thing I would say is I do think that if this is all they've planned, I just expect a more definitive finish.
I agree, but maybe they don't want to do too definitive because they've already got building blocks in place, of course, with the original show, New Blood, etc. They don't want to unsettle the foundations that they've built. Maybe. Maybe they don't want to go down the route that, Brian's 100% responsible for Harry's death.
I would just like to see what happened to Harry, rather than it being left open, and you've got, apparently he did...
taking that much pills would kill him.
Yeah, no, I want to know. But I just want to know what happened to him.
Well, then that's the intrigue, though. That's why you can get a season 2.
Remember Dokes?
Yeah, but that's why you get...
I know what really happened.
Yeah, but that's why if you get a season 2, it can be revealed. For that exact reason. If you reveal it in this season finale, then it's like, well, that's one less thing to do in season 2.
What did really... That's why I think they're getting a season 2.
Yeah, so we'll see. Makes sense. You've got a good cast here. Christian Slater's a pretty big actor playing Harry, so makes sense to get another season out here.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Rating time. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yes, I'll give it a 9 as well. I think a 9's a fair rating.
9 out of 10, guys. That is it. We'll catch you in the next one. Dexter Original Sin. It's all over. What would you give the overall series? I'll give it an 8. I think I would have gave it a 7, but I do believe it picked up towards the end.
Yeah, no, it did.
I think it did.
Now,
I'll get an 8.
The finale set a 10-year high viewership record for Showtime, so that's a thing.
That's the kind of thing that gets a season 2 greenlit.
Yeah, of course it does.
And you know what? Maybe we'll do a ratings video. We'll break down how this actually performed, but that goes to show you that this
said 2.68 million viewers.
Like, this is the best thing that Showtime's had, like you said, in a decade. They won't want that to go.
Oh, of course.
But here they've got Resurrection coming back. But here, why have one show when you can have 2? Yeah, why have one money maker when you can have 2 of them? That's it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Original Sin, Fog Entertainment. Peace out.